Tuesday. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for us today. Very much looking forward to this reading. I want to thank my angels, guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Already some cards are coming out in an interesting manner. So let's see. I'm hearing the word bold coming out, and I kind of want to adjust my camera just a little bit more. Let's see. Nice. Okay. So, bottom left of the spread, the first card we have out is the Strength card. And as I said, I heard the word bold. With the Strength card, there is this like little feeling of nervousness, like someone is about to do something that they want to do or do something that they know is going to progress them forward, but they're feeling a little bit nervous about it. But there's definitely this knowing within themselves that they're going to do it. So it's not a question of if they're going to do it, it's just that it's going to happen, it's happening. It's kind of like going up before doing a speech or a presentation for class. You know you got to do it because you got to get that grade. You've prepared for it, but it's just a matter of doing it. That's the type of nervous energy that I'm getting with this Strength card that came out at the bottom left of the spread. So when the cards came out, they came out in stacks. So I have like, let's see, I have about 7 cards that came out in a stack. So at the top right of the spread, the first that we have at the bottom of this stack is the Page of Wands. Very interesting. Very interesting. So with the Page of Wands coming out in reverse, there's this energy of someone having the feelings of being new at something, but they're not new at something. Or there's this energy of other people maybe treating them like they're new at something, but they're not new at something. There's no density in this energy like people are necessarily projecting onto them. And it's also this feeling of being in a new area or a new space. So you're not new to the field, to the practice, to the game, but you're new to the environment. As in, other people in that environment don't know you. And that is that feeling of like it's new, but you're very versed, whoever this message is for. So, very interesting. On top of that stack, we have the Knight of Swords. So, um, there's this energy of being mindful. I'm hearing being mindful, and there's this energy of being watchful and being in observer mode and learning. So, for whoever this message is for, even though they are well versed in a topic or a subject, there's this energy that spiritual team is encouraging them to kind of just sit and watch and listen and learn and just kind of like see what everybody else is on, where are they at in the level of that field, and then making your assessment before you just jump all in and let everybody know what you know. That's the energy that's coming through. That was the Knight of Swords that came out in reverse. And then on top of that, we have the King of Swords coming out on top of that. So it's kind of like it's not like you're pretending not to know anything, but it is this energy of being reserved and also being humble, like allowing yourself to observe, allow others to teach you or to teach without putting too much input or trying to make too much of a wave because you already know the subject. And it's coming through. It's like definitely this our spiritual team is encouraging this person, whoever this message is for, to take on that type of positioning or stance. And it's not so much that you're shrinking yourself or anything like that, but it's like they want whoever this message is for to position themselves in a way to be in observer mode so that they can execute whatever they need to do whenever they need to do it. Very interesting with the King of Swords coming out. So whenever you do pop out with your knowledge or whenever it is your turn to speak on something, you're gonna come through as very well versed, very much understanding the subject, and it's also giving this energy of other people being more open and more receptive to you because they got to know you as a person first before just knowing you as like, oh, this person is already established. Oh, this person is coming in with, this and that degree or whatever. Okay. And then, if you guys, okay, so once you guys start seeing more of my readings, you'll already know, but I mentioned this in one of my previous readings. In my deck, sometimes they'll put a special card in the deck, and I shuffle with all the cards. So in this particular deck that I absolutely love this is the Location Tarot, and they have the certificate here. So I got deck number 437 out of 1,000 decks that they made. So this is limited, and I feel very special having this. But this certificate card is coming through in reverse, and I definitely believe that this is complementing the message that I've been picking up from the cards that I've discussed so far. So you're already certified. Whoever this message for, you're already certified. You're already qualified. You may even have, like, if you're going into the work field, you might have already have all this extensive experience. You might have already have accomplished all this extensive certificates or degrees. Whatever your situation is, you may be very well versed. Oh yeah, you already looked into this. You already up on game about that. But something about you, like just being the observer, allowing people to speak, allowing people to express, you know, entertaining them, as in asking questions. You don't necessarily have to ask questions you don't already know, but showing genuine interest in what they're saying, speak to their talking points and things like that, is going to be very beneficial for you. And I was hearing to get your foot in the door. But yeah, so the certificate is coming like, yes, spiritual team is saying, yes, you're qualified. Yes, you have the degrees. Yes, you're very well versed. And also, you don't have to show that hand right now. That's kind of the energy here. Love that for you. Okay, on top of that, we have the Five of Swords. So yeah, okay, so like I said, there was no real density into this energy, but it's kind of like spiritual team is already putting whoever this message is for up on game, and it's kind of like it does kind of like what create a little bit of wave or kind of change the dynamic a little bit if you were to just already go into and be like, yeah, I have a doctorate's degree in this. It kind of changes the dynamic of how others perceive you or how they navigate around you. So they're kind of um like it's kind of like you don't have to hide it either, but it's like if you don't have to say it, then you don't have to say it. Don't look for reasons to say it, that you have this and that, or what all you know. So very interesting. The Five of Swords came out. On top of that, we have the Sun card. So it's like this unassuming energy. What people don't know, they don't know. And it kind of like I said, more people are more open to you. Maybe you can understand someone or get to know somebody on a friend level versus them just like automatically knowing that you have these credentials, and then like I said, it changes the dynamic, and something about that dynamic being changed means that you don't get all the full benefits that you could. So it's spiritual team is really more focused on you and the resources that are available to you, and what type of dynamics would be most beneficial for you. So the Sun card coming out is just like unassuming, getting the best, like fully being able to see what all options are available to you, really getting to scope things out before you really just dip your toes in or before you commit to anything. And that perspective giving you the best of both worlds or just allowing you to see, what's available to you. Simple as that. Then on top of that, we have the Fool card coming out. So yeah, I'm hearing the word resourceful. So you're very resourceful, but spiritual team is saying you also need resources right now. And so that's why this positioning is important. So before you go into whatever the situation or dynamic is, letting everybody know what all you know and what all you have and what all you have accomplished, allow those people to be of service to you. And it's kind of harder for people to feel comfortable being of service to you if they feel like you already know everything, because that will kind of put them in a position where they kind of feel a little bit inadequate because of your credentials. And with the Fool card coming out, there's a sense of freedom. Like you're not going to be locked down. You're not going to be put in a position where you're having to help other people when you also need help at this time as well. And there's this energy of like someone, there's this internal feeling of like they want to express, what all they've accomplished or something. So it may actually take a little bit of discipline to not want to toot your own horn or just, let everybody know what you're doing and where you're at with it. So, food for thought. Take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, and you're in a stage of your life where you're like, hey, I'm tooting my horn. Hey, I've been quiet long enough. Hey, then disregard. But yeah. So then we have the Two of Pentacles, which came out in reverse. So this is another reference to keeping things balanced in your life, and a part of keeping that balance from your spiritual team's perspective is using your discernment regarding when and to who and how you share what you already have, what you've already accomplished. Okay. Then at the bottom of the spread, we have the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is coming out in reverse. And I'm hearing unassuming again. So there's this energy of maybe not necessarily sharing with everybody what your plans are, that your plans may be very big. They may be bigger than the scope of these people's perspective or their capacity, or they may not agree with the level of work that you're able to do or striving to do or wanting to do. In some way they may want to put some kind of limitations, or like I said, it just may be a little intimidating, or they might feel like you have everything together so you don't need help or you don't need resources or something like that. So don't block your own blessings is kind of the energy. Then we have the King of Wands, and I'm hearing the word prevail. So you'll definitely get your opportunity. It's just kind of like spiritual things, like there's a time and place for everything with the King of Wands. You can still accomplish your goals. You can still, write your goals down, strive for your goals, but there are some things that are better kept to yourself. And spiritual team is also saying that you can get further by keeping certain things to yourself with the King of Wands. Hmm. Next to that, we have the Seven of Pentacles coming out upright. That's the one where there's seven pentacles on this tree bush, and the guy is kind of like waiting for it to fully mature, waiting for it to grow, waiting for the intention that has been set to fully prosper. So again, adding to this energy of allowing things to fully develop, allow yourself to fully see the full picture before you make any commitments, before you reveal all the cards in your hand, all of that. Take your time. So definitely be mindful of the pace at which you're growing, at the pace at which you're expanding, at the pace at which you are involving yourself with, different people, different groups, organization. Be mindful of the workload that you're taking on. Know that you do not have to rush. There's this quote that says, "Nothing in nature rushes, yet everything is accomplished." That is the type of energy that spiritual team wants you to take on. And I've just got interrupted and I heard the word beg. What's that about? Beg. 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 These people be so loud. I hope that's not disturbing you guys. Beg. The energy is not for whoever this reading is for to beg. It's this energy of being aware of be aware of, oh, hell no. Oh, hold on, you guys. Okay, that's what I feel. My thing failed, and I was like, Being aware of your personal energy and why you say things, when you say things, how you say things. So sometimes we can feel like we have to let somebody know, oh, I've already done this, I've already accomplished that. And it's kind of like this energy of begging for attention, for acknowledgement, for, you know, validation in some way. So it's kind of like subtly letting somebody know that you've done this and you've done that, or subtly letting somebody know that you have a certain type of car or something like that. It's like, those people that like, oh, what's it called? Humble bragging. And from spiritual team's perspective, it's begging. You're begging with the type of conversations that you have for someone to acknowledge you or for someone to validate you or maybe to get a certain reaction or maybe you think that's going to make you more attractive. So spiritual team is bringing to our attention to like monitor that when we're what are we doing through our actions and through our conversations. Are we performing? Are we displaying, trying to display something? Then directly under the Two of Pentacles that came out at the top of the spread, where spiritual team is like, be mindful of the balance. You're going into an organization, into a situation, into an event, into a workplace, whatever it is for you, and you also need resources. So allow yourself to get those resources without displaying yourself first as a resource. That will come. So we have under that Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. So the King of Swords came out earlier, where spiritual team is saying that you'll get your chance to be able to shine. They don't want you to think that you're dimming your light, but you're just being strategic and smart about it. And the Queen of Swords, in reverse, she's coming through with a more harsh type of energy, and she's kind of like, no nonsense, cut the BS, um, take off the bells and whistles. We don't need that. We don't need that. So I'm kind of getting this energy of someone going to like an audition or some, it's like an audition type of thing or an evaluation, perhaps an interview, or they're going to get something approved or evaluated. And say you worked on something tangible and you're going to have it evaluated, and this person is a professional in whatever field, and they're like, They're analyzing it. Take this off, take that off, take this off, take this off. So there's this energy of whoever this message is for, we may have to be open to being critiqued because someone is trying to make you presentable for something else. So for a new level or something else, they're going to try to shape you, and you have to be, I guess, um, able to handle that or to take that or to know that it's for something better or it's to get your foot in the door for something. And even as I'm delivering the message, I'm kind of like, I don't like that energy either. If whoever this message for, you probably might not like that energy because sometimes we can get touchy about certain things. I'm not getting that it's like art because I know people are sensitive about their art and they make it exactly they want it to be expressed, but it is something that you have been working on and possibly you want to present, and someone else may want to kind of trim some of your content or trim certain parts and may want you to develop or focus on a certain structure of it more, but it feels like it's going to be beneficial for you. So I think spiritual team is coming through to deliver this message to kind of let us know that we might be a little caught off guard by it, but they're wanting to kind of soften that. So we have a level of expectation, and we also know that whatever this critique is that we may be receiving is going to be good for us. They're like, it's okay. That's what spiritual team is like. It's okay. Okay, so towards the bottom of the spread, we have the Seven of Wands coming out. That's the one where he's like caught off guard and people are coming with the stakes. So he's defending himself and his territory. Then we have this splint card that was added into the deck. Beautiful card. For me, this one has been symbolizing like kind of like the world card energy where there is, but it feels like walking into something that has been prepared for you. So walking into a banquet, the banquet has all the food lined up and the caterers. So something is going to be made available to you because remember, you are resourceful, but you're also in a space in your life where you need resources. So spiritual team is like trying to get us in a mindset to position ourselves to receive this banquet type energy of an experience within the spaces that we're trying to develop or to take advantage of. Okay, yep, and then we got the Six of Pentacles coming out. So there's something that whoever this message is for is meant to receive. There's something that they're meant to receive. The Six of Pentacles, you can't see it because it's clear, but that's the one where he's giving to the poor. So spiritual team is saying like you need to be in a position to receive. You need to be in a position to receive. Remind yourself that you are in a position to receive. Keep that in mind when you're interacting with others that you are in a position to receive. Okay. And in order to do that, it's going to require you to be a little bit more humble, a little bit more mindful. That's the energy. Is there anything else that we need to know regarding this message? Okay. Then we got the Location Tarot second edition. Oh, this is the second edition. That is coming out and it's giving me this energy of, because it's the second edition, not the first. So, spiritual team is saying, like, be a recipient first, be a leader next, or later. Recipient first, leader later. They want you to get the benefits of be on the receiver end. Say if you're joining an organization, they want you to be a receiver first so you understand fully how it works. And then you can, advocate for that organization a lot more confidently and a lot more knowledgeable later. hmm The last card that came out is the Chariot card. And the Chariot card, ooh, looks so pretty. The Chariot card is coming out in reverse. So this is kind of like, don't take too much action. You don't have to do too much. You only just need to show up and participate. That's the energy. So for whoever this message is, spiritual team just wants you to kind of enjoy and to receive and to be humble enough and discerning enough to do that. Love that for us. So yeah, that's the message, you guys. Bye.